What is the point of twin flame journey? Why have you chosen this experience? These are great questions. And of course, when you're on this journey, especially when you're going through really hard times of ego death, and dark night of the soul, it's very important to remember what's the whole point of this. Because if you feel like your suffering has no point, then it's not helping you, right? So I'm here to bring some clarity and to let you know that everything on this journey has reason and meaning. And so actually does the suffering. The suffering only happens through the period of ego death and dark night of the soul. But more than anything, it happens because you are still not in complete soul consciousness, that you are actually going through the metamorphosis, you're going through the process of ego death and rebirth. What does it really mean? It just means that you pretty much dumping all the negative beliefs that you have accumulated about yourself, conditioning, and all the things that don't serve you, to tune in with your true nature and with your true self. And what happens is your twin flame is there to serve as a catalyst for that. So this is why the major point of this journey is really to get rid of that limited ego mind, to discard limitations so you can come to your full power, so you can become empowered individual in this world and make a difference in this world, not only by holding the higher frequencies and high vibrations, but also really have a wonderful life for yourself, right? But the only way to do it is when you don't live the life through the limited mind, is when you live this life through the soul consciousness. This is when you're really living your purpose. And again, twin flame experience is the way to get there, and this is why you have chosen this experience as a soul before you came here, because you wanted to make a difference in this world, because you were ready, you were at the level where you could come and meet your other self, meet your other half of your soul, and experience that separation, so to speak, in the 3D, which is really not real separation. Twin flames are never separate, but by the perceived separation in 3D, by your twin flame triggering, your core wounding is done precisely for you to discard those beliefs, to become aware of them. If they were stored somewhere in your body or bottled up somewhere, right, or buried, this is the way to bring them up and bury them properly, so to speak. So imagine all of your experiences that you've had, especially negative ones, if they're not properly processed, what happens is, as a protective reaction, you would just, instead of trying to process those things, you sometimes would just bottle them up and store them away till when you're ready. Because a lot of life experiences, when they happen, a lot of things happen at once. Sometimes you're not ready to process everything, maybe some traumatic events, or some wounds that happened, so they're just stored somewhere in your body. And they can actually be stored, they're not just stored in your mind, they're actually energetically stored in your body. Your twin flame is here, serves as a catalyst to actually bring up all the buried things that were buried in you, or some negative beliefs that you accumulated. And even though should be really a positive experience, right, it is perceived as sometimes negative experience by our minds. Twin flame experience is a beautiful experience, and it's nothing but a positive experience for you and for this world and for this planet. This is why it actually happens. But by your mind, of course, at a certain stage of your journey, it could be perceived as a negative experience, right? When you're in pain, when you're suffering, you don't understand what's going on, when you are looking at this connection only as some sort of a 3D connection, and then it doesn't make sense why your twin flame is running from you, or why they don't want to be with you, and all of that, right? Through those stages of chasing and all of that and running. Of course, all of that is orchestrated by the divine, precisely so you can become aware of your old wounding and release it and discard it, so you can come into your true power and become an empowered individual in this world. And this process, of course, is not an easy process, because all of a sudden you start to become aware of all the bottled up stuff, right? It all comes to the surface, and your mind can't even think that your twin flame is causing it. No. Twin flame is only to help you to see it. Your twin flame is never causing any of that. It's just all been caused by someone else at some point and stored in your body. Now it's time to release it. You don't want to hold that, because that is actually lowering your vibration. So all of that dense energy that's stored in your body in the form of emotions or painful experiences actually is holding you down, holding your vibration down, and holding you back from really truly living the life full of purpose and harmony and peace and joy, of course. And so again, your twin flame here is to help you to do all of that, and this is why this experience exists. So if you're going through a hard time right now, if you're in a dark night of the soul, ego death, know that this experience has purpose, that it's not your twin flame that's doing this to you. You came here in two bodies, as one soul in two bodies, to exactly do that, to trigger yourself, because that's you, that's all you, for growth and evolution. Again, raising vibration of this planet, anchoring frequencies, higher vibrations of unconditional love. This planet is in desperate need for that these days. Many relationships, if you look around, they're just based on conditional stuff, ego stuff, and they're truly not anchored in the frequencies of higher love or unconditional love. So many of these relationships that you see around are just really created to satisfy some sort of egoic need. And a lot of them are codependent. So again, twin flames come in here into this world to introduce a different way of relating to each other, to introduce the proper way to relate to other humans as from the unconditional standpoint, and anchoring those higher frequencies. So the purpose is really, really big, and please keep it in mind if you're going through hard time right now, whatever stage of the journey you are right now, you have to keep that big picture in mind at all times, that this is not the journey for the weak, but you're not weak. If you chose this journey, you're not weak. So I do encourage you to please, ditch that victim mentality. You don't even know who you truly are. If you're a twin flame, if you're a true twin flame on this journey, you are a very powerful soul that is not a newbie on this planet, and not a newbie probably on other planets. Whatever you came from, if you're a star seed, you came from other worlds that are even more advanced than Earth, and you're here to bring something fresh and new to this planet and help this planet to ascend. And if you are graduating Earthlink, that has been incarnated on Earth, and now it's your time to graduate, you're at the level where you can handle a lot of different things, and you are at the level where you can lead others. And so a lot of twin flames are ascended masters, coming here with many spiritual gifts and abilities and incredible support from the divine and from the spirit guides and your spirit team. And so you're never alone on this journey. This journey has a big purpose, and it really is a purpose to help the whole planet, to raise the frequency of the whole planet, to introduce the new way of relating. And so hopefully keeping that in mind can help you on this journey and help you understand what this journey is truly about. Many twin flames will end up coming together in the 3D, if that's for their highest good, if that's going to continue for them to create good in this on this planet, and some won't, and that's perfectly fine. And not all supposed to come together, because this journey is staged mostly for your soul's evolution and ascension. Once that portion is done, then it's truly up to your soul's higher self. It's up to your soul what you want to do with your life, and you can end up being with your twin flame or not, and it's really going to be a matter of choice, and that's going to be what the divine is going to choose for you as well, because it really depends on how you are here to serve the source, and how you're here to serve for the highest good of all. So if it's going to be beneficial for everybody, then you're going to end up with your twin flame. Why not, right? And if it's not, then you're going to end up with someone else, or you're going to end up by yourself, happily by yourself. Regardless, you can manifest anything you want eventually. And many on this journey, once they ascend and once you free yourself from that ego mind, that 3D union with your twin flame becomes more of a desire, less of a necessity. But if it's still a necessity for this planet, it will happen. So don't you worry. That's something you shouldn't even worry about. Whatever's for your highest good will happen, and you are guided.